Did we do a mic check already?
I might check both of them, but we can mic check again right now.
No, it's okay. I believe you. Because last time it went so well. All right, pre-show cheers. All right. Monkey shoulder again. I hope you're okay with that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good scotch. I like it.
It is.
I like it. It's blended scotch. Pretty good. All right. Okay, we don't have any funny jokes this time. We just need to jump into it like a couple of professionals.
Jumping in. That's all we do.
That's right. All right. Hello, Internet. Welcome to the show. How about that WNCAA championship game?
Is it NCAA?
I think it's WNCAA. Didn't I say that?
I think it's NCAA W.
Is it really?
NCAA.
The Women's College Basketball Championship game. How about that game?
How about it?
Let's go ahead and talk about it here. That is AJ. My name is Darren, and this is the DNA Sports Recap. All right, so how's it going, man?
Doing good, man. I'm doing really good.
Nice. Feels like
How are you doing, Darren?
I am doing fantastic.
Good.
It's been a great week. Beautiful day here in Salt Lake City.
It's a really nice day today.
Yeah. What do you say we talk some sports?
Oh, man. I think that's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
That's probably what you guys are here for.
Let's hope so. The NCAA championship game, right?
Are we talking women's or men's?
Ooh. Aha. That's what we
Because
call
there's
it.
storylines in both.
Let's go ahead and start with the men. Why don't you go ahead and tell me, what you thought about the men's championship game?
Well, it wasn't much. I mean, it wasn't much of a game. UConn had it. I mean, they had a pretty dominant win over a good San Diego State team, but they were not up for the challenge against UConn. Man, UConn looked just overpowering in that game. San Diego State almost looked a little bit gassed. You know what I mean? Like maybe that run was just a little bit too much for them.
Yeah.
I don't, and maybe it was one of those things where the players weren't expecting to get that far. Like,
yeah.
But UConn showed up and they were ready to play.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely kind of fell out of hand pretty quickly there.
Yeah.
Congrats to UConn and winning that title game. But I gotta say, man, I think this is the first time in a long time I just really was not into the tournament, man. I did not have an interest, and I don't know what it is. It can't be the one and done rule that we just talked about earlier about the NBA.
Yeah.
Just not having good enough talents, but I don't know. Like I watched a couple of the conference championship games, and I don't know. Just the game just hasn't grabbed me. The college game has not grabbed me as my attention as much as it used to.
Yeah, it's just such a different game in college than it is in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
The 3-point shooting is completely different. Mm-hmm. The way they run schemes, you see a lot of zone defense in college, and I don't think that's as exciting as watching an NBA basketball game. No,
it's not, but it's it had its own charm, just like college football versus the NFL. It has its own.
Yeah, college football is way better than NFL.
But it feels like a different game. You have different interests, even though it's the same game, same like. Rules, same amount of players and everything. It just feels like a better game. And I used to feel that way about college basketball over the NBA. I got really sick of the flopping in the late 2010s or in the 2010s.
It got really bad there before the offensive rule change.
Yeah, it was really hard to watch, and I really got into college basketball at the time.
During that time frame?
Yeah, and before. Like when I was in high school, I was a big North Carolina fan. Absolutely loved watching them play. And then when I think the last time they won the national championship was right around that same time. I had so much more,
Yeah, way more invested
in the game then than I do now.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's exactly it. The product on the court really struggled. You had a lot of early upsets in the tournament this year, where some of these teams that were really heavily favored to make it and compete for a national championship had one bad game. And that is the fun part about watching March Madness is you have the upsets and stuff like that. But I feel like it totally affected the final product of that national championship game.
Oh yeah, when everybody's bracket is done after the first round.
Everybody. Yeah, there was literally zero left, right?
Of Central Florida.
Yeah.
Mid-Atlantic Technical Institute of Sesame Street, whatever that team was. I mean, great story, man. I mean, it's just a perfect example of why the one and done rule should actually be abolished, because that team stayed together and was able to make a great run. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, that's probably why we didn't cover it a whole lot on this podcast. It's just it wasn't really that exciting of a
It wasn't exciting for me. Comment down below if you liked it. What were your favorite parts? What were your favorite games? We'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, let us know if there's any outlining stories that we missed or anything that kept the tournament interesting, because honestly, I just could never get into it. I just, put together a bracket and everything, and I'm just like, Anyway, so let's pivot to the women's tournament.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah.
So, have you heard about Caitlyn Clark?
I'm pretty sure if you've even followed any kind of women's sports, period, you've heard of Caitlyn Clark at this point. She's all over everything. She had back-to-back 40-point games in the tournament leading up to the national championship game.
Right.
Have you seen this girl play?
She's insane. She's pulling up and shooting threes from the
NBA three-point line. I mean, yeah,
30 feet out. She's shooting for 30 feet out.
Yeah,
let's just put it that way, which I think is insane. Yeah, have you heard of? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about their conference championship. It was Iowa versus LSU, right?
The women's national championship.
Yes.
Iowa versus LSU. Yep.
And Iowa had a very nice Cinderella story throughout the entire tournament. We talked about those 40-point games coming from.
And Caitlyn Clark just put the team on her back and just carried them through those couple of games to get them to the national championship.
Yeah, and I don't know. Have you heard about the controversy behind?
Well, the big story is she's a pretty prolific trash talker. I mean, she's out there telling girls, look at the scoreboard and shut up.
Yeah, you're down by 18 points.
Yeah. So, and I love that, man. Mm-hmm. I love that, fierce, raw competitiveness. Especially for women's sports. I love it in, any game. Mm-hmm. But to see that, out of women's basketball, I think that's something that will help, kind of progress that and, put it more on the radar for some people to actually watch.
Yeah. So the problem I have with it is let's talk about this. This is the problem. You've heard about Caitlyn Clark. You've heard about her doing the whole, waving her hand in front of her face, taunting the other players and trash talking. The big problem is when the LSU team was blowing them out. What's her name? Angel Reese did the same thing and then pointed at her finger like she was gonna get a championship ring.
Yeah,
that's right. And people said that was classless. This is the part where that really bothers me. Either we accept athletes are gonna have emotion and let them play and let them show their emotion, or we're gonna lock them down. We can't hold women to a different standard than we're holding the men to.
Absolutely.
Would this even be a conversation if we were talking about the men's national championship game?
Not even remotely a conversation.
It wouldn't have been. And it just gets worse than that. All I see is just two players talking trash and being emotionally invested in their game. These two players, Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark, they like each other.
Yeah,
they're buddy.
I mean, Caitlyn Clark went into the media to specifically say that how much respect she had for Angel Reese. Super cool story. I think they're both fans of each other. To talk about how much they respect each other and just the fierce competitiveness on the court. These are two great women's college basketball players. Mm-hmm. Near the ends of their careers. I'm pretty sure Caitlyn Clark's a senior. I'm not sure about Angel Reese.
Caitlyn Clark's not. She has one more year.
Oh, she got one more year of eligibility.
Yeah, okay. Before she get declared for the draft.
So. Yeah, I don't know, man. I love to see the competitiveness. I really disagree with the fact that, again, if this was a men's league and there's women, or if there's guys out there pointing to their ring finger, this isn't even a conversation.
No.
But let those girls go out and play, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love it. Let them go out there, get dirty, play the game.
It gets worse.
It's beautiful, man.
It gets worse.
It does.
The first lady comes out and says, I'm going to ask Joe to have both teams come. and visit the White House because it's good sportsmanship.
What?
You want me to go first, or you want to go first?
You go ahead and go first.
I absolutely hate this. I hate this on so many levels, dude. The worst part about this is, why don't we just go out and teach everybody that as long as you do your best, you get to go to the White House. You're either the national champion and you go to the White House, or you're not.
Right.
Plain and simple.
So, you know who also doesn't like the idea?
Everybody else.
Caitlyn Clark.
Yeah.
She went on the news saying
because
that
she's not the national champion.
She said she does not believe that the runner-up should get to go to the White House.
That makes me like her even more, dude.
Yes. But the fact that she is like, no, we're not going, and I hope they don't. I hope that Joe Biden extends the invitation and
Iowa cordially declines. Yeah.
Respectfully declines and say, we'll see you next year.
Yep.
And kind of go that way. And then here's the problem though, is that there's another narrative being spun here. And this is the part that really bothers me. If it was reversed, if LSU lost, would they have gotten the good sportsman, you should come anyway?
Not a chance.
Not a chance. The worst part is, we witnessed the most watched women's sporting event of all time go down, and we are not talking about it. The women's national championship game had a higher rating than any NBA game on ESPN all year.
It was hyped, dude.
That championship game. We are already looking past the NBA to watch women's college basketball.
Yeah.
So the fact that that's not the story we're talking about, the fact that what this can do for the WNBA, tell you what, if I see players like Caitlyn Clark and Angel Reese WNBA, I'm going to maybe watch it.
Yeah.
The WNBA is very much in a situation where the NBA was in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
Where it just was kind of trying to find its own footing, trying to understand its own appeal, trying to find its niche market. You need this kind of attention on your league for your sport.
But push it the right way.
Yeah. This is not the way. This is not the right narrative. We should be embracing, Caitlyn Clark and Angel Reese for
the fantastic game that they put together and played, the fantastic product they put on the court.
The show, man. It was an entertaining game. The trash talk, the taunting, all that's great. Nobody was getting up in each other's faces. Nobody was pushing anybody.
It was good old-fashioned trash talk that everybody likes to see. That's what basketball's about.
Exactly. And I think these speaks great to the future of the WNBA. If you've got players now who are coming up that can knock down 30-foot threes in the second half.
Yeah.
When they've been playing the whole game.
Under pressure. Not to mention, they just ran all the way through the NCAA women's tournament. You know what I mean? So they're playing every 2 days.
Yep.
They're tired. They're not they're not rested. Dude, this is insane. This is crazy good basketball and crazy good for women's basketball.
Yeah.
I love it. I got a daughter that plays basketball, and this is the competitive level that you want to see. Yeah, that's the stuff that you go out there and you beg for your kids to go play like that.
I definitely loved watching Iowa's Cinderella story and getting to the championship and really seeing what that team can do. And it was great to watch LSU, the Tigers, just walk them off and be like, cool, great, nice job, guys.
Yeah, you guys did great all the way up to here.
Yeah, but the run's over here, and I love it. I absolutely loved it. It was a great story. That's what we should be talking about. The fact that we have women's college basketball being one of the number one rated, shows on television in sports. Yeah. When you have
absolutely fantastic.
When you have Lakers on ESPN who are battling for a playoff spot, nobody's watching that. We're all watching the women's college basketball championship game. I don't like that this is what we had to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
why can't we just be talking about how fantastic the game was? It was super competitive. This is the headlines, is all the other side stuff that happened and how we got to this game are the headlines, not the actual fantastic basketball game that happened.
Yeah.
The competitive, the game.
I would be okay if the B story was the trash talking and people were just talking about whether or not that was okay or not.
Yeah.
I'd be okay if that was it. But I'm choosing to look past that and just see the two great athletes performing at their best at the top level of their sport right now. And I look forward to it. I look forward to the future of women's basketball. I love seeing the level of talent that I saw on the field that I have not seen in the WNBA.
Right.
The fact that I'm seeing that on the college level now makes me have huge hopes for the WNBA and where that's going.
Yeah. So. No, I totally agree. Keep watching.
Yeah.
Keep watching.
Yeah. All right. Well, folks, again, that probably wraps it up for us here. By the way, congratulations. This is episode 9.
Episode 9.
Episode 9
Dude,
of our podcast.
That's what I'm talking about.
We are past the hump, folks.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. We really appreciate it.
Yep, over 90 podcasts end after episode 8. So the fact that we made it to episode 9, we like to appreciate it. So again, very much appreciate you. Cheers. Thank you very much for watching. Again, folks, this is a podcast. If you are watching this on YouTube in one of the short forms, it is available in its full entirety on YouTube Video Podcast, the new playlist option they have available.
Yep.
We're also available audio only wherever you find your podcasts.
Yep, and if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, share, subscribe, keep commenting, keep interacting. We love it.
Absolutely. Once again, folks, my name is Darren, that is AJ, and this has been the DNA Sports Recap.
Till next time.